Hey, this is BlindFox and welcome at my Ration review. Please subscribe to the channel and please support me on patreon.com. Today we are going to be doing the SERAC Deluxe Pack 3. This is the second part of the review. The first part is the breakfast and the contents. Welcome at lunch. We're going to have a sort of a largest lunch. We've got 200 grams of Mexican chicken. We've got 150 grams of savory rice. It's funny to have savory rice with the Mexican chicken because this stuff has got a lot of cumin. I would have rather thought that they would have put the barbecued rice here. This is just a normal knife, fork and spoon we get. We're going to have some vitamin energy sweets. We're going to have a cappuccino. We're going to have some mystery isotonic drink. This most likely will be orange again since it's sort of their default. This makes half a liter. We're going to have some beef soup. And we're going to have some biscuits, 50 grams. And mixed fruit jam and some peanut butter. The orange drink is just a fine powder. It's normally sort of orange color. I'll go add half liter of water to this and we're going to do the cappuccino. You can see the milk and sugar in there as well as the coffee. This is the beef soup in a cup. This smells like beef soup powder. You can see there is, I think, a mealie or a piece of corn in there. Gonna add some water to this now. This is the normal SERAC cracker or biscuits with the mountain on. This is the normal jam. This is quite gelatinous, this jam, unlike some of the others I had that was just runny. They are normally sort of stiff gelatin type of thing. You can see it can just shift around a bit. See how stiff this is? This is very sweet, the jam. You get that mixed fruit flavor. The biscuits has an oaty taste. It's crumbly. We'll check it out now. It's sweet. With the biscuit it almost tastes like a dessert. You can see the oatsiness in the biscuit. It's crumbly. The biscuit itself is sweet. Or kind of. Slightly sweetened. The peanut butter tastes like peanut. Not very sweet. The peanut butter of the biscuit is very, very dry. It's remarkably dry. Let's check with the jam. The jam peanut butter combination is nice as always. The jam does keep the biscuit and peanut butter from being too dry. And it's nice and sweet. Then I'm just gonna put water in those stuff and bring the meal. Now this is the same orange stuff I think we had at breakfast. It is. It's quite sweet. Tastes just like orange Kool-Aid. Might have a slight tangy aftertaste, but not as much as some of the American stuff. This just tastes artificial orange. This is the beef soup. You can see there's at least a pea in there. I think there's some corn in there as well. This is slightly thick. It's got a beef flavor, slight beef flavor. It's not extraordinarily salty. Let's check out the cappuccino. Very milky. A bit, not too sweet. The coffee flavor comes through. There is a bit of a sugar, but not as much. It's nice and creamy. This is the savory rice. It's actually funny that they put savory rice here because it's sort of supposed to be a Mexican chicken dish. I would have much rather thought they would have done barbecued rice, but we'll use what we have. Sometimes these packages struggle to get open, and this is sort of one of them. You can see the rice there. Smells cuminy. There's a lot of turmeric in there. You can see the color. Like all rice, it's sort of sheet-like. Now you can see the extraordinarily turmeric color here. There's some beans in there. Definite cumin taste. It's got a slight curry burn. You can see the rice is somewhat wants to stay in sheet. Doesn't want to crumble nicely. This rice, funnily enough, is quite soft. Sometimes they are a bit hard. This is the Mexican chicken. This is again one of the few dishes in the South African stuff that doesn't have a cumin smell. So I don't know why they keep stuffing savory rice with some of these dishes. It doesn't really have a smell. You can see the chicken there. Definitely, this is chili. There's not a lot of taste in this. You can see there's a chicken. This is real chicken pieces though. It's not prefabbed. There might be a slight tomato in this, but there's definitely a chili to this. When you mix this with the rice, of course, here is the mixture. See the rice and the chicken mixed. Funnily, unlike a lot of these dishes, the cumin doesn't dominate when you mix it. You still taste the cumin, but it doesn't hot. There's enough other stuff, I think, in the Mexican chicken that the cumin doesn't dominate. You do still get that extraordinarily chili bite. This is, I think, the hottest, maybe in one of the hottest, as in chili flavor, curry flavor thing that the dishes are. It's a nice dish, being that the rice for some funny reason doesn't overwhelm the Mexican chicken, which is a good thing. Now to end the meal, we'll try out these sweets. I'm not sure what flavor this is, but it's blue. It's got a lot of the same structure as a Super C. It turns your tongue blue as well. This also crumbles up in a sugary substance that you can also suck this for a long time. It's some other berry flavor. Don't know if it might be grape, but some other berry flavor. It's nice and sweet. It's quite a nice way to end the meal. The biscuits also goes well with the coffee. The oaty taste of the biscuits go well with the cappuccino. So you can always dunk your biscuits as well. So that was lunch. See you at dinner. So before we go, I just liked this meal. The cappuccino was nice, the soup was okay. And the SERAC biscuits was as SERAC biscuits always is. A bit quite nice, but somewhat boring. So see you at dinner. Welcome at dinner. We're going to use the same cutlery set we did for the other meals. We're going to have beef pasta veg, 300 grams. We're going to have the peach lactose-free drink. Might use some tomato sauce. Here is some sugar if you want it for the tea. And a milk triangle. Some tea. And some beef soup. I'm not going to use the milk triangle since it already expired in November. But I don't drink milk in my tea anyway. But this is just a bad thing that this thing was packed in January, supposedly. And it's got expired stuff in it. I don't know why they couldn't check. We're not going to use this. We're also not going to use the sugar. This is the beef soup. You can see there's a pea in there. This pouch or sachet doesn't have a 10-notch, so you have to cut this open. As the previous one, it smells extraordinarily a lot like beef soup. We'll add water later. This is the lactose-free drink. 50 grams worth. This makes a cup. It also doesn't have a 10-notch, so you also have to use a knife. You can see the inside of these packages are foil lined. These lactose-free drinks contains quite a lot of maize flour and stuff, so it tastes very maisey. You can see it's just sort of a powder. Got a light peach smell at the moment, but not really. If you don't know this is peach, you won't really just say from the smell. It just smells like maize flour a lot. This is the tea bag. This one is not in a Ziploc bag, it's just in a little flimsy plastic baggie. This might be normal black tea, I'm not sure. We'll find out. This is a very water-rich diet tonight, or what we're going to have for dinner. See you when I added water to everything. Okay, let's start with our beef soup. This has that beef soup smell to it. You can see there is some peas in there. This is slightly thick, but not as thick. It is just sort of normal cup of soup thick. This is the same we had for lunch. You can see there is a pea. These spoons, if you want to eat with them, they are not very good for soup, since you can't really get a lot of soup on them. The pea definitely needs some time to rehydrate still. This is just a light beef soup. It's not strong beef soup. This is the serviette. This is just a normal takeaway serviette. It's quite, it's adequate for the job, but since you only get one serviette. This I mixed with a little hot water first to get it mixed, and then pour in cold water. This is quite sweet, it tastes like peach. You can almost use this as a dessert. There's a foam layer on top. You do get that weird maize taste, since there's such a lot of maize flour in here. I don't know why they want maize flour in it. If they want to counterfeit a Chow or Incomas, it is sort of a fermented milk drink. But this just tastes sweet and thick, or if they want to create a milkshake, I'm not sure. It's just thick and sweet. Tastes like artificial peach. You do taste the maize flour quite prominently. It's better if you start with a little bit of hot water, then the maize flour actually dissolves better. If you just use cool water or tap water or cold water, it doesn't really dissolve that easily. This is a normal black tea. Tastes like all black teas. It's not a very stringent tea, so if you want it strong, you have to just leave it a bit. But you do get that bitter tea taste, and you get that normal tea smell. So we'll just go and fetch the main meal and be back. Here the pasta is hot. In most of the South African dishes, except the firefighter and the game ranger's meal, that is tins, and 2 of the SANDF menus, you get both a meat dish and a chicken dish for each day. This smells savory, maybe a bit tomatoey, not much. I've boiled this for 10 minutes in a pot of water. The preparation time for this meal just gives you enough time to finish your soup. You can see, nice. There's some of the meal. I hope you can see this is real meat pieces. This is not minced meat in the pasta. The meat is a bit dry. The pasta is very soft. You get a slight tomato with each flavor, but there's not a lot of flavor in this. The pasta is extraordinarily soft. The texture in this you get more from the meat pieces. It's the slight tomatowiness. There's not a lot of flavor. This thing does perk up if you put in a bit of tomato paste or some other tomato product. Either that or tomato and onion or something like that, together with some rosemary or Italian herbs type of thing. So this is not a really wow pasta, but it is filling, and it is real meat. As always, this stuff tastes weird. It's nice and sweet, but it tastes weird. The soup was very light beef soup. The tea was just normal black, and the pasta a bit flavorless. The pasta is very soft, and the meat, the texture from this mainly comes from the meat. There is at least some corn in here. There is, I think, some carrots in here. I'm not sure if I haven't seen a pea yet. This does the pasta very soft. Your texture comes from your meat, bit dry, and somewhat flavorless. Bit tomatoey, but not really. You just get the hint of tomato. So that was dinner. Thank you for watching the dinner with me. And thank you for watching this whole ration with me. This was the largest ration SERAC has. Menu free. I did the same one last year, and you can see some of the stuff changed. We had a fruit juice. We didn't have the dried fruit product or fruit product that came with this, as we had the last time. We had extra provitas we didn't have the last time. I can't remember what else we had, but we didn't. And we have got some extra soup, I don't know why. And we had a stove, which we didn't have. This is the only ration or civilian ration so far I saw, except the fire brigade rations that had, or any of their rations that had a stove with it. So I don't know if they accidentally put it in or why it's there, but we had a stove. So anyway, thanks for watching this whole ration with me. Please support the channel, please go and subscribe, and please go and donate on patreon.com. See you at my next ration review.